The NBA season just started, and this one is going on Mount Rushmore.
Morant off the bounce, 360 spin and the finish. Oh, he did not do that.
Oh, no.
360. Have you ever in your life seen anything like that?
The Warriors are back to being good again. The Bucks need divine intervention from the Almighty, and the Pistons are done being the league's punching bags. What is actually happening?
I hope these New York fans find their way to the exit real quick. We'll take y'all ass home.
If the NBA was scripted, this season deserves an Emmy.
Each time when I come here, I am abused.
November 2nd, 2024. Memes on Vinsanity Night.
Slammed, jammed, and honored. The NBA gave us everything and more on Saturday. It's becoming clear over in San Antonio that Wemby is evolving into a problem.
Thought about the three. Now he does. Step back. You bet! Over Gobert.
Just ask Naz Reid, who he turned into a pylon.
This year. Oh, the spin of the one-handed.
That falls in the category of I have never seen that before.
But the main event was the French-on-French crime.
Gobert. Oh, Wemby met him at the apex. Not in San Antonio.
The Spurs are cooking up something dangerous. They're young, they're hungry, and they're connecting in ways that look scary good. Jeremy Sohan got breakout season written all over him.
This game, there's Reid. Oh, and Sohan denies him.
This game got a little chippy near the end.
McDaniels and Sohan wrapped up. McDaniels was hot. He got knocked down.
But the Spurs kept it chill, climbing up to 7th in the West after this big win. Over in Milwaukee, the dream the Bucks had when they went all in for Dame came true.
Giannis splitting the D.
Play off each other.
Back pass. Dame.
Play off each other.
Hit off.
Giannis and Dame both went off, combining for 75 points.
Giannis on the move. He'll bulldoze his way in. Count the bucket. Body bucket and one. The Greek Freak. One-on-one against Okoro. Dame steps it back and sinks it.
Or not.
Dame time with the final say. Perhaps at five serve.
But just when Milwaukee thought they had written the end of the story, this happened.
Mitchell now works on Trent. Lost it momentarily. Recaptures 3 seconds left. Mitchell for the win. Yay! Knocks it down.
But it wasn't even all about the shot.
Mobley knocked it away from Giannis. Okoro hit the floor and he takes a timeout. Oh, what a hustle play.
That's 5 straight losses for the Bucks since their opener. At 1-5, this is their worst 6-game start in franchise history. The Celtics and Hornets played each other back-to-back on Friday and Saturday. Obviously, you remember what happened the previous game. And in this one, Grant's antics continued.
Point line. Oh, Grant. Gotta be careful, Grant. You're a marked man right now.
It was a rough shooting night for JT, who went 1 of 9 from downtown.
Tatum missed everything.
On the other end, the LaMelo show was in session.
LaMelo, an off-balance three. Second three-pointer for LaMelo.
But even with Tatum struggling with his shot and Jaylen Brown out with a hip flexor strain, Boston was unfazed. The depth on this team is phenomenal.
Got it. Hauser, one more. Pritchard for three. Hot potato ball movement for the Celtics.
There was really nothing the Hornets could do against the defending champs, while Jokic was out here throwing darts.
Porter open down the corner. There it is. Porter for three. Got it! Jokic, the smartest man in the NBA.
We had a splash buddy alert in Houston,
Buddy Hield three. Yes, sir. Buddy buckets.
which was punctuated by Kyle Anderson living up to his nickname.
Here's Anderson, slow-mo, playing in slow-mo, bank shot good.
Talk about deceleration from slow to slower, and it worked.
However, when we flew over the border to Toronto, we got a tribute worth every penny. It was a true homage, especially compared to the infamous D-Wade statue. A beautiful end to the Vince Raptors saga. Of course, as beautiful as these tributes are, they always give us the best memes.
I'll have to look at another crime meme for the next.
And Vince delivered.
One of the greatest Raptors of all time.
Somehow, DeRozan, who was minding his own business, ended up catching strays for no reason.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question.
He's going to have a long way to climb to take it down, so tell him good luck.
On the court, the undermanned hospital Raptors played their hearts out, and Grady Dick continued his brilliant start to the season, earning early consideration for Most Improved Player of the Year.
Grady to Ochai had Fox up there with him.
Despite being severely undermanned, the Raptors snapped their 4-game skid and managed to squeak out a win over the Kings by just 3 points.
November 3rd, 2024. The full New York experience.
Sunday night in the association was all about teamwork and proving your exes wrong. Over in Dallas, Luka Doncic added to his legend, securing more career 30-point games than 99.1% of all players in NBA history.
And it's Luka steps under the defense to beat the buzzer with an ice cream cone scoop to the hoop.
Unreal. Wonderboy dropped 25 points in the first half alone, and it was classic Luka, smooth, effortless, unstoppable.
Now they're 1 for 13 from deep. Okay, logo Luka. I mean, just outside the logo.
But Jalen Suggs wasn't backing down.
Here is Suggs pivoting and spinning and ultimately scoring.
Exquisite footwork.
The Magic had their moments, but then things took a tough turn as Wendell Carter Jr. went down with another injury.
Wendell got hurt on that play. So Wendell was battling. He got to be re-injured it somehow. But
Jalen Suggs had to step in and console him, showing the close-knit bond of this young team. On top of it all, Gafford really did try to end Cole Anthony.
And looks like he was going to have 20 points, but
as Dallas, on cruise control, steamrolled the Magic by 23 points. Meanwhile, Dyson Daniels and Larry Nance Jr. had the Pelicans regretting making that DeJounte Murray trade.
This is
Larry Nance Jr. Welcome back to New Orleans. Daniels, he drills a 3 right in front of the Pelican bench.
where the Hawks are on it tonight.
In Brooklyn, the Pistons got the full New York experience, as they were forced to ride the subway due to the marathon. And when they hit the court, it was clear they'd come to play. 6 players hit double figures, and they moved the ball like clockwork. Jaden Ivey even threw in some magic of his own.
Extra pass. Ivy. Into the lane. Jaden Ivey.
Of course, Cam Thomas had to defend his reputation as the NBA's fourth quarter scoring leader.
Gonna have Thomas drops it in. Mr. Fourth Quarter.
But even he couldn't stop the bleeding. It's hard when your team just isn't serious.
Look at this. Shooter's body surfing a little bit as he comes up over.
Whoa.
The Pistons snagged a 14-point dub, but what they couldn't have guessed was the huge win that was awaiting them in a few days.
November 4th, 2024. Dynamo smile.
With the NBA taking a break on Tuesday to honor Election Day, every team suited up for a jam-packed Monday night. The night kicked off with a Cavaliers. I think we're finally seeing Evan Mobley tap into that superstar potential we've all been waiting for.
What are they going to do? Mobley with the rejection. The Bucks bench wants goaltending. We play on. Mobley through Trent to the basket.
And his twin tower brother in crime was putting the rim through some serious trauma.
Allen, he'll run the floor. Oh, look out!
Even without Giannis, the Bucks seemed poised to break their brutal season-opening losing streak, with AJ Green lighting it up from deep with an insane 7 out of 8 shooting from 3.
Ajax on the move. How about AJ? Brings it home.
How about that?
Oh, after 2 days in between games. Oh, AJ, count it.
And Dame time doing Dame things.
Move. Steps it back. A 3 on the way. He's got the last 5. Oh, he's just toying with the Cavs.
Unfortunately, one costly turnover flipped the script.
Cavaliers didn't get that ball just like this. Get it out of his hand. He stepped over the line.
He sure did. It's an over and back violation.
And Darius Garland capitalized.
Pocket. Angles off an Allen screen. Steps back for 3. Hey! Nailed it.
Lillard would get another chance, but the Cavs' defense prevailed.
Take the 2 here. No, he won't. As Allen with the rejection. A haymaker of a block as Jared Allen has sealed the deal.
The Cavs improved their record to a perfect 8-0, while the Bucks' struggles continued, dropping to a rough 1-6 start. In Clipperland, things kicked off with an unusual sight.
Another deflection. Sohan not much of a shooter. A third deflection on the play, all I believe by James Harden.
I know, I'm just as surprised as you are, but Harden's hustle couldn't cool down the Spurs, who went off for 40 points in the first quarter. The Wembanyama evolution continued, turning defense into offense.
Dishing. Dow Jones Jr. No chance against Wemby. That's his 7th block. Paul finishes the play. Wemby, spectacular in La La Land.
But Wemby didn't have it all his way.
Oh, Wemby got it. Oh!
After losing 4 games in their new arena without a single win, Norman Powell had finally seen enough.
The Clippers can take the lead for the first time since the opening moments. It's Powell for 3. Yes, sir! 93-91!
The Clippers dug deep, clawing back from a 26-point deficit to pull off a comeback win by 9 points.
Harden for 3. Oh, it goes! 105-95!
Meanwhile, over in Washington, Jordan Poole had a little something to say to his old teammate Draymond.
JP, deep. Oh, net! You know where he shot it from.
But karma didn't wait.
Final 4 seconds. Draymond to Steph to end the half, and he got it!
Is it just me, or does Trayce Jackson-Davis seem to carry a grudge against French big men in particular? First, it was Wemby last season.
One more stop. Trayce Jackson-Davis. Oh! He put the entire country of France in the basket!
And now, Alex Sarr.
Shy about getting up and down. Trayce Jackson-Davis over the shot blocker, Alex Sarr.
The Warriors bench is putting up ridiculous numbers, averaging over 60 points per game. They're on track to be one of the highest scoring benches in NBA history.
Open each half. Kyle Anderson!
And through all the antics, Steph and Poole closed out with nothing but respect, while Ja was making a case for having the deepest bag in the league this season.
Morant off the bounce. 360 spin and the finish. Oh, he did not do that. Oh, no. 360. Morant spins and hits again. Holy cow. Have you ever in your life seen anything like that?
Amen Thompson was sending Bridges to the 5th dimension.
Amen. The ball fake and the
And Heat culture almost went into the octagon.
Oh, Butler got the score plus the foul. Jimmy Butler, a chance at a 3-point play.
Jimmy posting up.
Before losing at the buzzer to the Kings.
Spins, pulls for the win. Comes off. Sabonis for the win. It's in with .7.
Meanwhile, it's clear that the Pistons are done being the league's punching bag.
Turns baseline, gets to the basket. Blocked by Isaiah Stewart. What a block.
Stu definitely hasn't forgotten his run-in with LeBron.
Stewart and LeBron. Stewart is hot.
After leading the league in losses for 2 years straight, it is so nice to see the Pistons doing better.
Topside bounce to Jaden Ivey. Here's the walk, gonna go! Jaden Ivey with a huge hoop.
The Lakers engine, Anthony Davis, went off for 37 points. But Cade Cunningham's triple-double propelled the Pistons to a win no one had them bagging.
One of the greatest players ever, LeBron James. Here's Cade. Stop and go to the basket. Lays it up, lays it in. Cade Cunningham has carried the day.
The best part of this win? Seeing Commissioner Dynamo smiling again.
How beautiful, how decadent of a feeling this is.
In Phoenix, it was a bright start for the Sixers. George finally made his regular season debut after missing the first 5 games with a knee bruise.
Catch and shoot from the corner, and there it is. Paul George with his first points as a Philadelphia 76er.
And Maxey was out there letting KD know that the future is now.
Tyrese going toe-to-toe with Kevin Durant. The hoop and the harm for the 24-year-old Tyrese Maxey.
Unfortunately for Philly, Slim Reaper awakened from his slumber after this.
Durant! 8-0 Phoenix run. Durant's got 30
KD's longevity is something we don't talk about enough. He just keeps coming back better, and when it mattered most, he took control, sealing the game in vintage style.
Booker's been the man in the clutch for the Suns over the last several years, but it's Durant! KD with 15 in the fourth quarter.
A 6-1 start for the Suns, tied for second in the West with the Warriors.
November 6, 2024. Jason Tatum versus Steve Kerr.
If you love rivalries, rising stars, and trash talk, Wednesday night's NBA action had your name written all over it. Starting in Memphis, the Lakers-Grizzlies beef just keeps getting juicier. Ja Morant came in hot.
Morant against Gabe Vincent. Spins, turns, hooks, gets in his foul.
But LeBron figured payback deserved the same treatment.
LeBron alone on an island. LeBron turns in and scores. Where they're letting him go.
The tension got so thick, Ja couldn't resist bumping into LeBron.
Morant, he's got it. Back and forth we go in the final minute of the first half.
Runs into the back of LeBron. LeBron turns around and says, what was that?
But things went south quick.
3-on-2. Jake lobs and Morant, takes a hard fall. And there was no foul called. The crowd can't believe it.
With AD missing in action, it was open season in the paint for Memphis, who cruised to 60 points inside. The Lakers couldn't keep up with Scottie Pippen Jr., giving us a taste of the family name.
James spins. Pippen takes it away.
And Bane couldn't resist throwing some shade.
He snatched that ball from that old man over there. From that old man over there.
LA had no real answer, and Memphis rolled to a 16-point W, with Ja letting it all out post-game.
I don't like them. They knocked me out the playoffs. And then last year, we had a game, and they came in here and popped it on our home floor when I was in street club. I wasn't a night.
Meanwhile, in Boston, we had a showdown that felt like a playoff preview. Right out the gate, TD Garden let Steve Kerr hear it.
Here's Steve Kerr.
Well, he got booed so hard that the lights went out.
Still salty over how he managed Tatum at the Paris Olympics. But when the game got rolling, Steph Curry was in his zone.
Came on, good wipeout screen. And then Keita on Steph, and he hit it anyway.
On the other end of the court, the Dubs were locking down on D, flipping Boston turnovers into fast break points.
Made two great defensive plays in a row. The hesitation, the pass, Moody wide open for three. That's good.
That is Golden State at its best. Relentless defense, flawless transitions, even with Nemias Keita hustling like his life depended on it.
Curry to the rim, blocked by Keita!
Curry and his splash buddy were having way too much fun running the show at the Garden.
Curry gets in the lane, kicks it out, Hield the three-pointer. It's good! Buddy Hield from downtown! Timeout, Celtics, the Warriors go up 7.
The Warriors walked away with a 6-point win, marking their 5th straight victory. And I've got to say, this squad looks dialed in. At the same time, talk of the Nuggets' demise was put to rest. It was a tough start to the season, but now these guys are rolling. They have found a new groove, living by that Westbrook energy.
He's got the triple-double. Westbrook has been spectacular tonight. Westbrook and Jokic, the two main ball carriers.
It was intense out there. Even SGA had Peyton Watson low-key starstruck for a second.
Gilgeous-Alexander in the lane. And count the basket.
But Watson flipped the script fast, going from 0 to hero real quick.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the run. The shot was blocked by Peyton Watson, and the Nuggets have won it. From GOAT to hero.
Of course, Jokic was his usual self, racking up a near 20 across-the-board triple-double, with that effortless, casual style only he can pull off.
Now Jokic barges into the lane. Yes.
The Nuggets squeaked by with a nail-biting 2-point W, handing the Thunder their first loss of the season. But the story was different in New Orleans. It feels like the injury curse on Zion Williamson just won't quit.
I think Zion's hurting.
Yeah, he's headed off.
Yeah.
He's probably headed straight back.
His body won't let him stay in the action. The Pels were giving it all they had despite being so shorthanded.
Javante takes it away. Can he save it? Yes, he can. Yourself. Yes, he will.
Create your own chaos.
But problem is, effort alone doesn't cut it against the hottest team. Cleveland was cruising with Darius Garland, looking like he has been studying CP3's greatest hits.
Garland high step to the foul line, gets the ball
Mobley, and Mobley cracks it home.
They took this one by 8 points, marking their best start ever at 9-0. Officially, the last undefeated squad standing. Cleveland fans, enjoy this ride. While all that was going down, Wemby was putting on a defensive clinic.
Just rejected Green as he went for a poster.
Luka magic was somehow disrespectful in pure art at the same time, and James Harden was busy throwing his trademark alley-oop to Kai Jones.
Jones with another flush.
Over in the 404, we might have just witnessed the official birth of a future star. Number 1 pick Zachary Risache came in with that 3-and-D tag, but when the guy is hitting his shots, his potential is exciting.
Feeling it tonight, folks. He is feeling it tonight.
Trey was enjoying every moment of this, going full heel mode.
I hope these New York fans find their way to the exit real quick. We'll take y'all ass home.
And he meant that. The Knicks packed it up and took a 5-point L back to New York. However, in Charlotte, we had a classic dose of Hornets basketball.
We've got numbers! Yes! Miles Bridges! Half-court alley-oop! This is Hornets basketball!
After a pretty quiet game, LaMelo Ball decided the fourth quarter was his time to shine. But when the clock ticked down, it was Brandon Miller who delivered the magic.
Gotta get it in for the win! Yes! It's over! Brandon Miller wins it!
November 7th, 2024. Fear the Deer enters the chat.
On Thursday night, Giannis returned with a bang. Wemby showed off his range, and Ant-Man was unstoppable. We began in San Antonio, where Wemby continued his evolution. Seriously, how do you stop that?
Wemby, pull up 3. Oh, he puts it down. Jeremy Grant was right there.
Answer: you don't. The only thing Wemby has to improve now is his efficiency. But the real intrigue was the showdown of number 1 picks, Wemby versus Dominatin'. And surprisingly, Dominatin' took this one.
Here they slow it down with the lock.
Wemby has also picked up a few lessons in flopology.
Look at this wrestling match. Look at this. What we got going on out here? Wemby been in the States too long. He been watching WWE.
And also in the finer details of the game.
I love Chris Paul coaching. He's just still constantly on his bigs. That's been his MO his entire career.
Look at him.
San Antonio is still searching for that consistent second scoring option to back up Wemby. But with Devin Vassell returning, that might just be the missing piece. They locked down a solid 13-point win, and the Wemby show rolls on. Meanwhile, in Chicago, Gobert was getting all he could handle from Nikola Vucevic.
Vucevic drives, ball fake by Gobert. He faked him out of his socks. Wow.
But come the fourth quarter, Gobert went full beast mode.
No good. Gobert! Strong rebound. Vincenzo gets a 12. Good pass. Gobert! Out of the phone booth with the cape on.
Vooch never shies away from taking up space on defense. Just ask Edwards.
It's like you almost got me, man. I've seen you get a lot of folks in this league
but you didn't get me tonight.
Still, the night belonged to Ant. Can't lie, I'm pumped to see Ja versus Ant this season. Chicago native and rookie Terrence Shannon Jr. also had his moment.
Down the line, the hammer by TJ. Making himself right at home.
As the Wolves bagged the easy 16-point win. Over in Milwaukee, Giannis's comeback was night and day for the Bucks.
Oh, look at that. Quick hands by Dame forces the turnover. A 3-on-1. Let it fly.
This guy is the engine, the gas, and the oil for the Bucks. And with him back, they went from looking lost to looking lethal.
With Lopez, who gets him from behind, and Ajax follows it up for good measure.
Giannis was in full force, and you could tell he was feeling himself. With Dame and Giannis combining for 65 points, Milwaukee snapped their 6-game losing streak, steamrolling the Jazz by 23 points.
November 8th, 2024. The East is a joke.
Friday night's NBA slate felt like a finals preview. A mix of rivalries, emerging stars, and some seriously wild finishes. The action started in Cleveland in a game that felt more like a postseason showdown.
Hey, knocks it down. Here's Jerome for 3. Oh, mercy.
But turnovers were the Dubs' kryptonite. 13 turnovers in the first half alone.
Garland with the finish, and they have forced 13 Golden State turnovers.
And Cleveland capitalized big time, dropping a franchise record 83 points in the first half and leading by a staggering 41 points at halftime. Everything was falling for them.
Allen takes the short feed from Merrill, took a bump from Looney, puts it up and in. A circus shot by Jared Allen.
While Golden State was struggling just to keep up.
Wow, yeah, that's a snapshot of what this night has been like.
With this 19-point blowout, the Cavs are now 10-0, the first team to hit double digits undefeated wins since the 2014-15 Warriors. They are legit terrifying. Meanwhile, in Dallas, Luka Doncic was in full dime-dropping mode.
Bounce pass, nice one, foul two. Wow. It's an air ball, and it's Luka over the top. QB1 by Stafford.
And speaking of league rules, remember the whole no-flopping rule? Yeah, whatever we saw out there tonight should be the poster child for fines.
Takes a flagrant, right? So what if they see that his elbow didn't touch it? Now what do they do then? I don't think it touched him.
I don't believe it touched him either.
His elbow didn't touch him.
Oh my goodness.
He faked it. He flopped it.
I mean, come on. However, the fourth quarter turned into a pure Hooper's dream, with Kyrie and KD trading buckets like old school rivals.
Kyrie.
And of course, Tony Brothers' energy was contagious as the refs closed the game with a controversial foul call that sealed the Suns' win at the line.
1-2 from the Suns' big man.
While Shea was giving Brooks some dancing classes.
Plays like this, little hesitation once again, pulls up, and he's just got Dylan Brooks on a string.
LeBron was in his element out in LA doing what he does best.
He's going to be bouncing back and forth with the big play. And counted for Dad.
And then there's Anthony Edwards, who's quietly, well, not so quietly, making an MVP case. Whatever he picked up from those Team USA sessions with Steph, it's unlocked another level.
Time Edwards, back-to-back threes.
He's hit 53s on the season already and is shooting a mind-boggling 48.1% from deep.
Edwards a foot behind the line. He is feeling something tonight.
Over in Motown, the vibes were immaculate, and Cade Cunningham was front and center.
To the basket, scores it through contact.
But it wasn't just about filling the stat sheet. Cade came up clutch with the game-winning block, sealing the deal for Detroit.
Gets to the basket, lays it off, and the Hawks can't lay it in. What a finish.
That's what happens when you're finally healthy. In Charlotte, LaMelo Ball was hooping on another level as usual.
LaMelo stops on a dime. Step back three!
His bag, absolutely ridiculous.
Splitting the double team. Look at LaMelo! Hangs and hits!
Used his body.
On the other side, Halliburton was on a bit of a rough planet.
Halliburton.
With the entire squad clicking, the Hornets walked away with a dominant 20-point W. Touching down in New York, we got a glimpse of Karl Anthony Towns channeling his inner Giannis.
Towns puts it on the floor, drives past Lopez, and the slam!
Meanwhile, Brunson launched a full-court three that was perfect, except for the timing.
Foul on Anunoby. That's going to be his third.
And while the game had its moments, the East versus West disparity couldn't be more obvious. The Knicks, sitting comfortably at 4-4 and third in the East, would barely crack the top 12 in the West, where teams like the Kings are grinding it out with a 5-4 record. The East is wide open, while the West is a battlefield.